And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, into game number one. No cheers to happen this time around, as we were talking about yesterday. There is no one here in the audience. We are graced by the presence of the players and the Korean commentators, but otherwise there are a few tech people, and that is going to be it, making sure that we stay safe. Wash your hands, everyone, if you haven't recently, and settle in for 6 amazing games.
Yeah.
Actually,
I can literally hear from the players, you know?
Maybe, yeah, it's cool, right?
Maybe in some team fights, I can literally just live translate it, you know?
Oh, that'd be cool. Because we don't get to call for pro views, you know?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, so we can just, like, you can take your headset off and just have a listen in. As Life is going to take a little bit of damage here, as 4 members of JDG are in pursuit.
Oh. I think this is a really smart move by JDG, because I literally thought that GENG has mid lane prior because of the Azir Twisted Fate matchup, and they shoot for the early game punishment on the bot side. But because of this one, Kindred forced to go to top side, and this is already really great start from Yuumi, you know? So, and when you play Yuumi, you always want to go for the late game safely, and this is already a good start and good strategy by JDG, I would say.
But was, I believe, scouted.
Yeah.
As Klid is going to move towards the topside jungle of his opposition. Walked over a ward, as you could see. So, full information, I believe, given to JDG at this point. But just some vertical jungling to come down. As this should theoretically be a good matchup for the Camille. Camille and Fiora, the same sort of idea. Into the on, you know, the tank busting style split pushes.
Yeah.
But Ornn's still going to do his job, right? And it's not going to be for a while that the Camille is going to have a fantastic time as Yagao. Bit of damage there onto BDD as Kanavi is booking it into this mid lane. They're going to flash away. Kanavi immediately flashes over.
No cleans, by the way.
Yeah. Gold card has been picked up as, no cleanse available. And BDD is going to be absolutely fine. Just pops another Corrupting Potion charge. And now Klid is waiting in the brush. BDD going to move on over as Klid's going to get out of the brush there. Maybe not the decision he wanted to make as another gold card is queued up. Klid with his flash still available, and Yagao down to 200. Klid's going to flash now, dancing after Kanavi. First blood going over to GENG as Rascal will pick that one up. A great start for LCK.
That was best timing for their top laners TP, you know? It was kind of dangerous because still, even though they got both flashes out, they still had Trundle with PTA and Twisted Fate early game, so it was kind of really close. But from Rascal, his TP was just way better.
Yeah, and the lane state was just so much better as well.
Exactly.
Completely pushed up as this all started.
Because he had lane pressure for whole time, so. I mean, I think it was really great attempt by JDG, but I think maybe double flash was way too much.
Well, I mean, that's just the aggressive playstyle, you know. This is not necessarily what JDG are known for, but in comparison to other LPL teams, right? They are still an LPL team, and they still have Kanavi, who wants to go completely ham against the guy whose position he has now overtaken. There's a lot to prove, you know. The younger gentleman, you know, has been compared to Klid a lot throughout his career, as he mentioned in our little video earlier on. So probably going to be taking some more aggressive takes throughout this matchup.
And I'm glad that GENG just took the fight. They didn't back out.
And Klid's baiting was actually just fantastic. He had to use his flash, but what it did was completely bait Kanavi out of position. Yagao was nowhere near him. No support was able to be given, and that was just a free kill. So really nicely done there from GENG. JDG not out of it yet by any means, as their composition certainly will be able to transition later and later with the joys that is Ornn, as we've spoken about many times.
And Yuumi as well.
Yeah, exactly. There's just a lot of scaling. Not to mention Twisted Fate. Twisted Fate does weird things to the game. And yes, he did go down from First Blood, but he's still going to be Twisted Fate. He's still going to get loads of money. And he's still going to have that Destiny Gate to really mess with GENG and how they're going to play this one out. JDG do start off the first break of the game.
I mean, he's still Twisted Fate, as you mentioned. He's CC bot. He just really needs to just stun the target for the Misfortune, who got Yuumi. And I think JDG is still fine because obviously they are rotating the Drake first and they still have bot pressure with the Yuumi. So I think one of the Genji's tasks right now is to just snowball. Are they gonna decide to go to top side and snowball top side, or just use mid priority and try to dive on the bot side with 5-man even when Camille gets TP back?
I believe that was a mark picked up there by Clid as well. So his favorite champion in this Kindred going to be doing well. Of course, we talk about Pyoshik all the time when it comes to Kindred, but Clid also a legacy Kindred player throughout his career. Excited to see what he can do here as he hops on over, looking to move towards the southern side of the map. Deciding against it actually is it's Kanavi moving on down there. Looks like he will be starting on this Rift Scuttler.
So yeah, it seems like Genji is just focusing on top side more. You can just see it from the vision ward position. They all set it up on the enemy blue side jungle, and on the other side, JDG is just controlling both sides completely. And my worry is though, Rilla has no clean, so how can they defend their level 6 timing when Yuumi gets the ulti and with the Twisted Blade ultimate?
I guess they have to just assume bullet time is going to be interrupted by depth charge and Life is going to have enough AoE CC to get Ruler out. I'm not sure whether that's going to be enough though, to be perfectly honest, as I certainly see the dilemma that we have with that particular choice. See whether he builds an early QSS here this game. He will definitely have one. How early he builds it is going to be the question. BF Sword picked up as his first item as they go back. Mirrored on the other side is Loken with an extra Doran's Blade as well as his BF Sword of his own. It's Kanavi now with a pet cat looking to see what he can get done around the map.
One of the great strategy with Yuumi, just follow your jungler.
Yeah. And is actually up here towards the top side. We'll see whether he assists Zoom at all. Looks like he's just going to move back towards bottom lane. Raptors are marked up at the moment. A difficult camp to take in this particular stage of the game, given an equalized mid lane. We'll see whether Clid can get on over there or whether it is still available. Zerula picks up a free minion wave that Loken shoved towards him. Vidity is doing fine here in this lane. Still continuing to shove as Yagao's going to have this whole minion wave to pick up.
Yeah.
But it's been a lot of ping pong so far, we did. Not a lot of big advantages being built up. There's about 800 gold is going to be the lead here for GENG, purely based off that first blood that did go down. And Clid's slight advantage in the jungle, I guess, with Rascal having a bit of extra money up there on top side as well. Rift Herald is going to be started off here by Clid. Looks like it isn't going to be contested as Life had rotated up towards this top side. They left Ruler down there as Loken is moving up with Lumao. And the Rift Herald is actually just going to be disengaged from Kanavi. Poker in the eye. See whether he just stays on it, as Rascal does have this wave shoved. It looks like JDG should just be able to take this Herald, and GENG happy to give Ruler a potential turret plate and some shove here towards the bottom side as Clid moving on in, wanting to get himself this mark, and I think he should be able to unless Loken and Lumao have something to say about it, but no, there's going to be yet another mark going over to Clid.
This is juicy, and I think this is still fine because they already got the 2 plates and they got the pressure back on the bot side, and this will be easier for GENG.
I mean, that's 3 plates. That's actually a lot as you get
Break
out.
cancel?
Yeah, he's going to have that gate cancelled. Emperor's Divide in trade for it. Absolutely worth as Ruler walks away with 3 plates worth of gold. 2 of those were solo, so that's actually more than a kill.
Yeah.
So GENG do get themselves a whole lot further ahead. As far as the gold lead, it is going to be to the tune of an extra 200 in 1,000 gold. Control wards being cleared out here by JDG. So we've got 39 seconds on the Cloud Drake, our second of the game.
Yeah, and
he gets blue. Rallying Projectile will land onto Clid here. He does have ultimate available. He will be able to dash over that pillar. Like you say, it'll be absolutely fine.
We were talking about 4-man by JDG on the bot side, and the answer was just cancel TF's ulti on the mid lane.
Yeah. And you could cancel teleport topside if you wanted to with Rascal as well. You just have to make sure that you've got their solo lanes permanently envisioned. Yeah. As Kanavi comes on over, but he's going to lose out on this trade at the moment as Clid's going to bite down on him. There's the flash depth charge coming out here as Life will just lock down the Trundle, and BDD grabs his second kill of the game, or at least his first with that added assist from the earlier First Blood. 2-0 now for GENG. Pretty good stuff so far for our LCK representatives, but let's not get excited just yet. I know KT's not playing.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they're more sharp than JDG right now. They know where to fight, and they know how to fight as well. It was so clean. Like, clean those skirmishes. They also defended all the plays from JDG as well. And right now it feels like TF is already useless.
And also, Kanavi is like, he's reminding me of Pyoshik just a little bit. As we see here, like, no, he's super aggressively positioned.
Okay.
And he was trying to go back there, right? Wanted to utilize his extra speed with it. But GENG capitalized on a jungler being out of position. I mean, that's Pyoshik play all over.
I mean, maybe that's too early to talk about the Kanavi equal Pyoshik.
I mean, no. That play equals a Pyoshik
I guess, but
and,
it sounded like it. But
yeah,
I liked it, you know. Because LCK needs to win, you know.
Yeah, well, that is true. But I think that, like, this particular matchup is going to bring different things out of Kanavi as well, because there is a bit of extra pressure. He's playing against his home region. He wants to make sure that he has a good performance against the former JDG jungler in Cleared. There are a lot of personal pressures that are on this guy, and he wants to be playing aggressively. He wants to win hard, and he wants to take home like a strong victory against this guy and really prove himself. So maybe that's going to make plays like that, which are potentially a little bit overly aggressive.
Yeah, I guess this is kind of first time Kanavi showing his performance towards all the Korean fans, even though like he's Korean. He was just playing in LPL a lot, so. And yeah, it seems like JDG is still fine. They're using just Herald on the both side and just funneling Misfortune at this point. So.
Well, they're going to see whether they can stop Shelly from getting too much done here as the charge almost stopped. But Loken is going to be able to walk over, gather all of that gold. And that's going to even things out as far as plates are concerned. So no big leads based on that Herald, because of course Ruler had already taken the plates that Loken was just able to win.
Yeah, and I think GENG is just playing with mid lane so well. If they have just mid lane reset, they just do not take the fight. It's just simple, but most of the teams are just not focusing that well, you know. And BDD has all the mid prior right now. In this matchup, he already got the first 2 kills against their mid jungle. And yeah, he's gonna just convert this pressure to all the lanes, and it looks great right now.
Well, we'll see whether GENG can transition this into the later stages of the game. Not ready to call this one over just yet by any means. And that Mountain Drake that's looming is terrifying. Could you imagine if JDG picked up 3 Mountain Drakes? I mean, Ornn is impossible to kill. Trundle is impossible to kill. And even if GENG grabs it, that makes Kanavi even tankier when he presses his ultimate button. Which, of course, now does have a longer cooldown. Trundle isn't quite as obnoxious as he used to be. But still, he is the Trundle that you know and love. Just a few seconds later.
Yeah, I mean, it sounded like Trundle is just way too broken champion.
Well, I mean, that's what our LCK teams do like to think, you know. The Trundle priority has certainly been very high up there, and that is, of course, shared with the LPL opinion on the champion.
Yeah, and we can easily see what team has pressure. You can see it from the vision control.
Yeah, as Ruler, he's stepping up maybe a little bit too far. He has to blow the heal very early. Yeah, teleport is going to come down as Cleared. Looking for it. There's the Emperor's Divide onto Loken, but Cleared throws down his ultimate. Loken utilizes it to keep himself alive for a long time. The Misfortune does fall, but it's a 1-for-1 as the dust settles. Kanavi very low, but not going to be falling just yet. And a pause is going to ensue. Thankfully, the fight was basically over after that 1-for-1. But I wonder what that pause was actually about.
Why always me?
I don't know, dude.
When I'm casting?
There was one pause yesterday that happened. I think it was based on someone's mouse not working that Brendan announced without actually knowing what the problem was. We'll have to find out now what it was. I think in order to have that team fight play out, the mice have to be fine. So I think that that's going to be okay.
Something different, like Monitor just turned out after those super play by GENG. I mean, it was really great trade by GENG because they lost support, but they got the Misfortune, which is their last kind of last hope for the JDG.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think this is everything is going great for GENG right now. So I hope this.
That's why we had to pause. We had to revel in this moment. You know,
True.
This is day 2.
Don't get
game
excited,
1.
you know.
Yeah. Do you remember game 1 yesterday? Do you remember that feeling? That feeling of, oh wow,
No.
that winning feeling.
Oh, man.
It was very different from the end of the day. But JDG, I'm still not entirely sure which team paused. So
Yeah.
we're still waiting to get some information there, because we do have some stats brought up. So we've got something to talk about. If
Yeah,
we'd like
I mean,
to.
that's not huge goal difference, but we could see it from the vision control. GENG had full control. So, it's really easy to GENG to control the map.
And JDG did have, there was a ward that GENG was sitting on, unfortunately. So they did have full information. That's why you saw Loken go extra aggressive onto Ruler. Because, of course, they saw that turn availability and knew that they probably weren't going to be able to get away in time, as the dive was certainly incoming. Still trying to figure out what actually happened, guys. I don't know whether we've got any information at all. I don't even know which team paused it. It's just been paused.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe so it was JDG's side who paused it, just figured that out, but not entirely sure why. And as we can see, panning over the JDG players, maybe they don't know why either.
I mean,
I can't identify who it is that has the problem.
maybe because of us, you know? Kester, Song, and me. Like, between him and me, we have, some kind of different
Pause
synergy.
power. The pause power. Oh, it's not good. It's not good.
Let's see the fight again. And that was just literally 5-man fight on the both sides. And GENG started it, and they ended up really well as well. Because they got the damage in
also just amazing.
Yeah. Their flanks and their TP. I mean, you lose support, and support is useless anyways, you know? It's just useless role anyway, so you don't mind to just dying for get a 1 kill to just kill enemy damage dealer, you know?
And Life is the only tank on the team.
Oh, yeah?
And if the tank dies, that means they soak their full health bar in pressure. So it's absolutely fantastic. That's what you want. Okay, so apparently JDG thought that Ornn's ulti was bugged. It wasn't, and so we're going to resume. Is
So,
the short version. Do you know what the bug was that
I'm not sure. I think it's kind of Mythy happened. You know what it means?
No.
Mythy paused against SKT before
Ah,
at Worlds. It's kind of Mythy happened, I guess. I always call it Mythy. But yeah, let's talk about.
You are referring to the Fnatic coach. you know that's what you're doing.
I hope he's watching.
You remember we're the 3rd place region. You're talking about one of our betters here, as the internet have been telling us.
Yeah. Anyways, Aphelios is going great, and BDD too, and Kindred is getting his stacks as well.
Yeah, 5th mark. That's actually 4th. 4th.
Yeah, everything is just going great for GENG, our last hope in Korea.
Do you know DRX is still here, dude?
Yeah,
you know
but
that, right?
still, you know, still. This is the team who is playing right now.
They've just choked one too many times for you, haven't they? That's just how it's worked. Oh dear, this guy, no faith. I still believe. As Life and BDD do find themselves a ward, was just put down, and GENG continue to have a plethora of vision control on this map. That's why you can see BDD happily walking up to 2 people, not too worried about how this one is going. As Mountain Drake, I believe, is just going to get taken here by Clear. So the control of the map is just pretty ludicrous right now. It looks like JDG were more focused on the top side, as we've got 3 people trying to take this one down. Ruler doing a very similar thing. Bottom side of the map, though, so macro-wise, GENG certainly coming out ahead.
Yeah, and this is already great. You can see level 10 Ruler against enemy top lane, just only 1 level difference.
Yeah.
Experience got changed, so it's really normal to have a lot of level difference against enemy laners, but right now, it doesn't matter. Ruler just way fat than it seems like, you know, and they're trying to kill.
Well, we'll see whether they can as Yagao. Not a lot of mana here, but the teleport comes in from BDD. Moonlight Vigil comes down. Ruler's trying to do what he can, but BDD not going to be able to find too much with that ultimate. Yagao going to get flashed on by Ruler. Going to grab that kill. Now can he fight the 1v1 against Zoom? 1v1? Is the question. He doesn't have the Severin, but there's the double kill. Regardless, as Ruler, our international hope here on the LCK stage, has been awakened.
The best AD carry in the world. The light, the Ruler.
Well, to be perfectly honest, Ruler has been internationally very good throughout his career.
I mean, he won wars before.
Yeah, he was the consistent point of that Samsung roster that was able to win worlds as well. So certainly deserved of the accolades. Maybe not quite as much as that, but a double kill, 2v2 in the end was how it worked out. BDD falling and Ruler becoming even more fair.
Yeah, and also I really like the way how they fight. They fought on the bot side, because BDD literally said we will fight more like LPL, and that was kind of LPL style. I mean, we can't say it's LPL style. It's LCK style.
That is an LPL teleport if ever.
Yeah, exactly. And he's going in for 2 kills for his AD carry.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't impact it.
I do want to shout out Zoom's Bellows Breath. It was just unbelievable. Yeah. Stopping that wall from doing absolutely anything. But when you've basically got a solo laner as your AD carry, it's real scary. As we're going to jump straight into a team fight. Life going to flash out of the bullet time as Rascal has decided to go all the way in. Nope. But Hextech Ultimatum will deny the blast zone, and Loken is just dead. Cleared very, very low, but there's the Emperor's Divide. 3 kills to GENG, 8-2 now in Game 1. Game 1s, we win these, and we'll see whether we can do it in the end. 18.5 minutes, it's not over yet, but a 3,000 gold lead is decent here for GENG, and Yagao might just be falling down as well. Might be able to take down Life in the interim, but we'll see what he's going to be able to get done here as BDD. That's a lot of Sand Soldiers, and that's a very dead Twisted Fate.
Maybe at this point we can say it's over. Because it's just such a disaster for JDG, because, I mean, Ruler got QSS for his second item, which means it's unkillable. And he's, yeah. And this was their last final ultimate best wombo combo by JDG side, you know? Yumi ulti and Trundle ulti into bullet time, but Rascal ulted and nope. You cannot escape from the best top laner's ulti. You just cannot. It's impossible.
We must stop. We must stop. As Rascal back on carries is actually really nice to see. Of course, he made his name for himself on Dragon X, playing things like the Akali and really trying to get all that damage down. And Camille certainly does fit that mold much more than the Ornn that he's been stuck on for a very long time. Life. And the Dredge line is way out of any sort of danger here. But JDG, you know, they're behind 5,000 gold at this point. We've got a minute and a half on the Mountain Drake. Will be the 3rd Drake for GENG. They'll be able to potentially threaten a soul if they can control that area. And I just want to talk about control for a second, because that's what GENG have been doing so well. They've just had like 500 more wards than JDG have had throughout this game.
Yeah, and they are trying to cut out the
they're going to go for another one, but Life is actually maybe biting off more than he can chew. Lamb's Respite will save him, though, as in goes Rascal. Interrupted so early, but there's the ultimatum. Kanavi in trouble. Moonlight Vigil goes down. BDD with the 4-man ulti says goodnight to JDG. Double kill, make it a triple. Give him the quadra, guys. He deserves it. BDD, the MVP of the mid lane for the LCK, walks away with 4, and they'll take the Baron as well.
That's BDD, what we were waiting for.
Where was he in the final? We did!
Exactly, but he is popping off, obviously, and with Ruler as well. They're both enemy dealers are just playing way, way better than enemy team, and this is such a satisfying.
It certainly is. There's something cathartic about it, and I think it's probably coming out in this broadcast. We apologize for any perceived bias, but we're just excited after being obliterated yesterday by the LPL teams just playing much better than us.
Yeah, but it's fine. Like, when you think about EU versus NA, when you think about it, like, they always have fun and talk kind of bad towards each other.
And you remember Hysterics from the pre-show as well. He was certainly pretty high on the LPL players, but cleared damn, you can tell that this guy is a legacy Kindred player.
Yeah, I mean, if it was just normal Nautilus and Kindred, then it would be like really great for JDG, but they were just way too behind. It was really great try by JDG, but still, you know, like they are that behind. Even though they did really great kind of team fight attempt here, they were just way too behind, so they cannot kill their damage, enemy team's damage dealers right now. It's just, it looks like just impossible. It's all about misfortune, because TF at this point, it's a CC bot, as I mentioned, you know?
Yeah,
so
and a split pusher, right? He's not going to be able to get too much time. Especially now that Genji will be taking these shots, right? Because Genji want to just blow you up in like 3 spells. But TF wants to cycle through and not give it into these fights. Especially with the amount of stacks he has. He's got 6 so far. Looking at that very impressive 7 relatively soon. Going to have gigantic range and a lot of power in this game.
Yeah.
And also does shred tanks relatively well on the Kindred.
And the more I think about Nautilus, it feels just way, way better than any other support right now, because this is one of kind of a press R champion, right? And definitely it's such a great tool to just protect from enemies' misfortune. So this really easy game for Genji, so all they need to do is just close out cleanly.
Well, that's scary when you say it like that. We did. I
Really?
clenched a little bit. I was like, oh no, don't say that it's easy. Don't say that. It's hard after yesterday.
Yeah, for sure.
Speedity now going to clear out that bottom lane. We have a hell of a lot of vision control around this Baron area as Kanavi looking to come over and grab a whole bunch of gold worth of wards. Yagal's up here, thinking about trying to take on Rascal, but Rascal is a very big boy. Ravenous Hydra and Trinity Force already done. And BDD now just controlling the bottom side. They do notice that Zoom is down there. He's going for a reset though. It looks like Genji not going to press their advantage too much.
Yeah.
This is very LCK style as Yagal just looking to get to that minion wave faster. That's my boy. I like it.
But I think this is really smart by Genji as well, because they JDG still has wombo combo, right? And
yeah,
Kindred and Azir still has no flash, so I think they are just waiting for their flashes, and after they get their flashes, I really think they should just pressure on the Nashor side and just try to end the game.
We can see Yagal in full vision of Genji right here. Runan's Hurricane in hand for his second Zeal item after the Hurricane. And very, very close to that 700 gold bounty that BDD is already rocking. 7-1 and 6 on Azir, not too bad at all. And Genji still absolutely commanding lead, looking for Mountain Soul that's going to be coming up in 25 seconds. And it looks like this is what they were looking for. It's not about the Baron Dance. It's about locking down that Dragon Soul, getting that added tankiness, and really augmenting their composition in the way that they didn't actually have, right? Like, they didn't have tanks. As Kanavi, not looking like he's going to have his life for too much longer, but the rest of JDG looking to make their way over. Sand Soldier's not quite enough to take down the Trundle, but he is very low. No Warmogs picked up just yet either, so won't have the regen. This is going to be free Mountain Soul here for GENG, and it goes down so damn fast.
I mean, the reason why I was talking about the Nasher dance was I literally thought that JDG is gonna just give up Dragon Soul, you know?
All right.
As you mentioned it, like, GENG has not that kind of tanky champions for Mountain Drake as well, and Trundle is always great against the tanky champions, you know?
Give them more tanky
Yeah,
stats.
exactly.
You can take more tanky stats, yeah.
So I was thinking that maybe JDG will just give up Drake for free and vision control on the Nasher side, but yeah, that was kind of silly mistake by JDG as well. They just gave up Drake for free and did nothing. They could maybe just clear some vision on the Nasher, maybe looking for the pickups from TF Ultimate, but yeah, nothing happened, and they just got the 4th Drake, and yeah, the last thing left on the GENG side right now. Nasher.
On comes down. See whether Rascal can get this 1v1 as the Destiny Gate comes in. It's going to be denied as Exhaust does come in. Yagao flashes, but Rascal flashes faster, looking for another hook shot here as Yagao, blue card in hand. It's going to time out as another hook shot, max range, and now bullet time will come in. GENG, we're attempting the Baron, and life is going to be kept alive for a little while longer. Zoom down very, very low as now Loken trying to deal with Ruler. Set Calibrum and this Crescendum are available. A lot of range for Ruler, but unable to lock down too many kills. And Rascal just going to head back towards that bottom side. Not wanting to teleport in with a very small health bar. And in the end, not too much actually happened.
Yeah, and that was my worry. They do not have enough damage to kill Camille on the side, and especially Mountain Drake helped a lot for Camille.
Yeah.
I saw like 200 and 300 HP left from the Rascal as well. So yeah, they pulled off from their enemy side. It was 2 TP from JDG to defend their, the Nasher. And yeah, Rascal is just pulling enemy left and right, up and down.
Look at this, GENG really not wanting to risk it. They decided to pull away from the Baron. The bullet time was beautiful from Loken. He was in vision, but if he wasn't, it would have been better. Teleport will come through here for JDG. Unable to actually grab any kills, but they stopped the Baron, and that's the main thing.
That was a little bit scary, but at the end, they got 2 TPs out from JDG, so...
True. And now Zoom's bottom side. This is the time where GENG can try and go for some sort of fight. Ruler is in mid lane, however. Phantom Dancer completed. Execution is calling done, which is very important against Lumao and Kanavi.
Yeah. And this is dilemma for JDG. They need to decide. Like, either just go for Camille and get Camille, but you can't kill Camille.
I mean, this is the classic situation where there's just no good choice. Like, GENG, they can force JDG into a point where it's either you give up the Baron or an inhibitor. And GENG are happy to do that. That's why you can see Rascal there towards the bottom side. This is what teleport advantage has always given you. In League of Legends, Kanavi taking a bit of damage there from BDD.
Yeah, and I'm not sure about 4v5 as well for JDG, you know. I feel really, really confident and strong on the GENG side, even though they have only 4 men.
Yeah. Ruler's going to join in with this Baron fight. Kanavi taking a bit of damage there. Oh dear. Calibrum starting to do some work. Not a lot of armor built up yet from Kanavi, and you can see it is certainly demonstrated the extra damage that Ruler does provide. Red buff will be stolen away there by Rascal.
They're playing really, really slow. Like, I thought Rascal would just hit the inhibitor turret on both sides, but yeah.
Yeah, well, still going aggressive. You can see that second proc of the A, very, very scary. And this should be the Baron going down as Kanavi is going to come in, but it is going to be very, very late. And now Ruler looks for the Moonlight Vigil, finds it there. So the Graviton's going to lock down Kanavi. But it's a great pillar. That is going to secure the disengage, but Baron was taken by GENG. Pressure continues to mount on the bottom side of the map, and it's only going to get worse now than that purple buff is rotating around this GENG squad.
Yeah, he's making it worse. It's just literally impossible to kill Camille. If you want to kill Camille, then you at least need 3 men, and I'm not sure about it, you know?
Yeah,
so
and also it's going to take forever, right, with that GA that's now being built up, so GENG, with all their damage, will just kill the base. There's just not a lot of good options. We're going to have that big zoom out. We spot the top lane inner turret falling. Ruler's just going to move up to this inner turret in the the mid lane as well, now that he thinks that it's safe. Now Rascal looking for even more damage onto Zoom. My goodness, he doesn't even look like a tank. It's crazy the amount of damage that Rascal does on this Camille at this stage. And how tanky he is, as now GENG just move in all 3 lanes, and JDG just look like they've ran out of steam. 11,000 gold is going to be the lead in quick succession. All the inhibitor turrets fall, and now JDG thinking about going for their last-ditch fight. There it is, the final chapter will come down. Good knock-up onto Clear, but again, the ult is used perfectly. Rascal dives on in, and Life is going to get all of that CC down.
Melting.
2 quick kills come in. Life tanks up everyone. Double kill for Ruler. The Nexus turrets will suffer the same fate, and GENG will draw first blood on day 2.
I'm glad that GENG just showed up. Great performance, but especially with the LCK style.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it wasn't even just that. Like,